Good day, everybody. Welcome to the debut episode of Everything on This Small Blue Dot. My name is Brandon Bishop, and before we dig deep into the lungs, pun intended, of this topic today, I would like to just get it out of the way. If you smoke, if you smoke, I don't care what you smoke, if you smoke and you keep it to yourself, and you don't make people smell it, you don't make people deal with it, it's not on your clothes, you don't stink, and you just need to smoke, and you like to smoke, cool, do your thing, live your life, live your best life, live your worst life, do whatever you want to do, stink, it doesn't matter to me, but as soon as you make it matter to me or other people, especially kids or people that can't help but walk through your shitty smoke, then you're an asshole. But like I said, if you don't do any of that stuff and you just go into your little smoke cave and you light one up and you get your relief, you get your crutch, then fine, this isn't for you. It's still really stupid, but that's your own decision. Do whatever you want to yourself. It's your body. Do your thing. Do what you want to do. But anyways, I just want to get that out of the way. And also, I'm doing this in a park. I live in a van. That's a whole nother podcast. But I live in a park, there's a freeway right there, there's an airport down the street, there's cars, there's dogs, there's all kinds of stuff. So if you hear that in the background, that's what's going on, okay? So if you can deal with all that, then stick around, because today we're gonna talk about smoking. Oh yeah, we're gonna puff and give you some shit if you are a cigarette smoker.
We need to talk about everything on this small blue dot.
Oh, generic metal. I miss metal. I remember when metal was king. That's going to be another subject someday. We're going to talk about the current state of music versus, back when it was good music. Yeah, because music today is this horse shit. You have to know that unless you're a kid who doesn't know any different and you just can't wait to go out and see, I don't even know anybody. I don't know anybody in music anymore. Oh, who do kids go see now? Taylor Swift? I guess. Cool. You're always going to have the pretty pop girls and the pop stars and the dancing guys. And, you're always going to have that Madonna, Michael Jackson, Taylor Swift, The Weeknd, who I actually like The Weeknd quite a bit. But anyways, it's not what we're talking about today. We are talking about the people in the crowd, though, to go see those concerts that just decide to light up a cigarette, even though there's thousands of people around them that don't want to smell it. Okay? We're going to talk about you there, smokers. That's what we're doing on this podcast. It used to be the Brandon Bishop podcast. Very self-absorbed. I just talk about my adventures throughout the week. I just, just hit record and blab on about whatever for about an hour and a half and just shit it out there and say, hey, there's my, that's my podcast. Enjoy it. Not anymore. Not anymore. I'm putting some time into this. I've researched. You're going to see over the next hour, there's so much research that I've done on this topic. And I've already researched like the next 5 topics. And it's going to get crazy, people. It's going to get crazy. I haven't done this in a while, honestly. It's been like 3 months. I'm in Michigan now. Again, I'm living in a van. There's another podcast called Living in a Van with Brandon Bishop. That's another whole thing. If you're interested in such things, go there. Listen to that. I think you'll really enjoy it. It's a different lifestyle. It's the happiest I've ever been in my entire life, living in a freaking van. And there it is. There's a whole podcast dedicated to that. I'm not going to talk a whole lot about that. I'm actually in Michigan. I left Colorado because my mom and her husband, Ron, who are just amazing people, love my mom. She's my favorite person. Her husband's an incredible human being, going through cancer treatments right now. So here I am in Michigan, just being the runaround guy. I'm an Uber driver. I'm a chef. I'm a caretaker. I'm a house cleaner, a gopher. You name it, I am all of those things, and I'm enjoying my time here with family and staying at their house, actually. I did not want to be in an office or in the basement where I have my little office set up, screaming and yelling about things like today's topic, which is smoking. I did not want to do that and subject them to such lunacy that I deliver on these things. I'm a different person when I'm airing my grievances or even praising things. I'm a whole different person. When I hit record, I'm not the demure, just subtle, relaxed Brandon. I try to be minimalist in the presence of others. I don't want to be a force to be reckoned with. I want people to be comfortable around me. So I lower my voice. I walk softly. But when I hit record, whether it's on a side TV, hosting a TV show, or even filming a TV show, if I'm out there making business deals where I'm doing this, yeah, I'm a complete lunatic. So you're just going to have to get used to that. There's going to be a lot of inflection in my voice, up and down and up and down. And again, there's a freeway right there. There's an airport over there. There's cars passing. I'm in a dog park, to be honest with you, in Downriver, Michigan here. I'm in a dog park. There's another park. It's very green. I'm not used to that, living in Colorado for the last 17 years. It's a very green place, lots of trees, but there's background noise, okay? If you want professionalism, pay me. Find me sponsors. Send me something on Patreon. Look up Asai TV on Patreon and send me all your money. I also do a YouTube show called the Asai TV Van Life every Monday and Friday. Might be lowering that down to just once a week while I'm doing the caretaker gimmick here in Michigan. Hopefully, my stepdad gets better. I don't know if he'll ever be 100% again. Cancer is an asshole. I'm sure that's a future topic as well. I'm hoping. I'm got my fingers crossed. I'm not much of a prayer guy, but if you put that good energy out there, maybe there's something to that. Who knows? We'll talk about that down the road. That is what this podcast is all about. It's about everything on this small blue dot being planet Earth. And we may talk about things that are not on this small blue dot someday. Maybe, we'll talk about the sun exploding in 1 billion years. We'll talk about Pluto. Is it a planet? I don't know. I really have no idea what we're going to talk about every week until about a week ahead of time. I know what we're talking about next week. We'll get to that later, but it's just everything on this small blue dot. I'm Brandon Bishop. I'm excited to get this new endeavor going. I stopped doing the Brandon Bishop podcast about 3 months ago, something like that. I've not done a van life podcast. I've not done anything except for travel, film a movie. I have a brand new movie coming out. It's on Asai TV right now, actually. It's going to be everywhere pretty soon. Actually just sent the hard drive to the distributor this morning. It's called Vinny's Fantastic Rock and Roll Adventure. I really hope you can go to Asai TV on Roku. And if you don't know my television network, it's called Asai TV, ASY TV. I'm sure it's in the descriptions. And I think you'll really like this movie, not to mention all the other TV shows and movies we have on Asai TV. We are an independent Netflix, okay? You know what that means? Yes, we're small business. Everyone, let's support small business. Well, here's your opportunity. You've got Netflix, you've got Hulu, Amazon Prime, HBO Max, Discovery Plus, this plus, Max. You've got all that stuff, don't you? Well, there's one more. We're only $5 a month. And yes, this is a self-promotion. You can get us at asytv.com, asitv.com, or find us on Roku. Those are the two best platforms, in my opinion, to watch Asai TV. Vinny's Fantastic Rock and Roll Adventure, a full-length, hard luck comedy movie. We traveled from Chicago to LA, spent time in Vegas as well, Colorado as well, Tennessee, filming this movie. It's hilarious. It features Vinny Vineyard, who's a fantastic actor, unknown by the general masses, but should be known by the general masses. And hopefully through this movie and other endeavors that he's doing, he will be known. Love that guy. Anyway, not here. I'm going to start off everything with like 10 minutes of just telling you what's going on. Put in a couple plugs like for Asai TV and things that we're doing. Go to YouTube, look up ASY TV, and you'll see the logo there. I do a weekly show about all my adventures, like I just said. And you can click subscribe, do that. If you want to support us, go to Patreon. There's all kinds of shit you can do, people, to keep the wheels rolling. Oh, a whole bunch of ducks just flew over my van. I don't know if you could hear that, but that was loud. Loud-ass, disrespectful ducks. They know I'm trying to do the podcast in here. They're like, oh, hey, you're doing quack, quack, quack. You're doing a podcast, huh? Everything on this small blue dot, that's what you're doing. What about ducks? What about ducks, Brandon? What about them, huh? We're getting ready to fly south, man. It's almost October, and you don't even want to acknowledge us. That's a hell of a trip. You think you travel a lot. Yeah, you think you travel. Oh, I live in a van. Yeah, you travel a lot, don't you? All over the country, blah, blah, blah. Filming TV shows, filming movies, doing all kinds of stuff. Yeah, that's what you do, isn't it? Yeah. I fly south every single winter. That's what these ducks have been telling me when they flew overhead. They are, you know what? Maybe we will do something on ducks. We will. We'll do a whole episode on ducks. Will that make you happy, Duck? Like I said, there's a dog park right over there, and I think the dogs heard me. I hear they have very good ears. Anyway, today we're going to talk about something, and I don't mean to start off negative. I don't, but it's kind of what I do. Some of these episodes are not going to be about things that I enjoy very much. They're not going to be about things that I like very much. As a matter of fact, if I have a top 5 list of things that I hate, absolutely freaking hate, I'm trying to think of what that would be. I imagine that smoking would top it. Shitty drivers, bad music, rap music and just shitty bad music that takes no talent to make. That's the musician in me talking. Sorry if you like shitty music. Okay, we've kind of touched on that. That's going to be definitely in the next couple months another episode, and we're going to do these every single week, releasing them on Saturday, I do believe. So happy Saturday to everybody. Yeah, smoking. Smoking is probably the thing that I hate the most in life. Now, my personal history with cigarette smoke, smokers and smoking and all that, I have smoked one breath of one cigarette when I was about 14. I didn't know how to light it. I didn't know how to inhale it. I didn't know what to do. It was just me stealing one of my grandmother's cigarettes and taking it back and going, well, she loves these things. Even though she was hacking her head off every single day and night, like nonstop coughing and gross hacking constantly. I smoked for maybe 4 seconds in my 49 years, and I hated it so much, and I felt stupid immediately. I'm like, what? Like, my whole mouth got coated with this like weird cool you smokers know it's why you do it. You're addicted to that feeling. You're addicted to that filling your lungs with shit. Apparently you love that stuff. I don't get it. I didn't get it then. I don't get it now. I'll never get it. Anyway, that's all I've ever smoked. Okay, so that's my history. My grandmother died because of smoking. She was 72, and I know that's up there. You're getting into the good years to die, I guess, the acceptable death rate of age, and I get that, and that's fine. She wouldn't be with us now. I mean, she'd be exactly 100 years old right now. There's no way. Even if she was super healthy, no. And I'm not upset. I'm glad she had a good, 72 years on the planet, and I was not terrified, but devastated at that point. That she passed away, but old people die. I've got 20, 25, 30 years left on this planet. I get it. I'll be an old person. I'll be dead. But I've never smoked in my entire life. And I'm very, very proud of that. Never did drugs and barely drank much either. If you really put into the number of days I've been on the planet with how many times I've actually drank, it's very, very minuscule. Yeah, my grandmother used to smoke like a gosh darn chimney. Okay, it was constant. And when I left my mom's house when I was 17, 18 years old, I moved in with my grandmother and stayed with her for about 3 years. It was a weird time. And she smoked a pack a day. How many cigarettes are in a carton? I don't even know. I don't care. There's like, 20? Something like that? Whatever. She smoked Marlboro something, I think. Damn, I really don't remember, and I probably blocked all that out because it was stupid and I hated it. But I'd wake up to that smell, and I hated it. I'd go to sleep to that smell, and I hated it. And I'd hear her hacking and coughing and hacking and coughing. I used to come up with ways to help her quit smoking, like gradually cutting down every day. I made up like this whole quit smoking system. She didn't stay with it. Of course, she may say she did, but she'd be smoking behind my back. It's an addiction. And when you're a 98-pound woman from Kentucky, Pikesville, Kentucky, and all you know is what she knew, that's all she had, man, is cigarettes and Matlock. That's it. She used to mix Pepsi and milk, too, which was really weird. She had coffee every day, and I miss the lady. She treated me good. But smoking, as much as I love my grandmother, and as much as it was accepted, she was born in 1923, okay? Everybody smoked, and we're going to talk about the history of cigarettes throughout this whole thing. It's just, it was acceptable. It was promoted. The Flintstones were smoking. On cartoons were smoking and pitching cigarettes. It was everywhere. Every movie star had a cigarette in their hand. They smoked on airplanes, in restaurants. They smoked in hospitals. They smoked everywhere. Throughout most of my grandmother's life, I can't blame her for smoking. And then by the time she gets older, she's hooked on it to the point where, no, you can't stop her now. And then when she got, put in the hospital for heart stuff from smoking, then, of course, she passed away just months later. Like the cigarette, the tar, the bullshit that's in a cigarette was holding her together, basically. And as soon as they made her stop, she, fell apart and she passed away in 95, and it sucked. Love my grandmother, I still do. And, but she smoked. And here's the thing. It's almost understandable why she smoked. That was the culture, especially in this country. Not anymore, though, people. If you're a kid out there, you're a teenager out there, you're in your 20s, even your 30s or 40s, and you smoke, you're a freaking idiot. You're stupid. Okay? You got a problem with me calling you stupid? Good. I hope it hurts. I hope it sits right into your heart, right into the center of your brain and your lungs, your poor, poor lungs. And I hope it hurts. Why is my mom's husband dealing with lung cancer right now? Because he smoked his whole damn life. And he knows that. And he's almost 70 years old now. So it's almost understandable why he smoked. But he quit years ago. He's a vapor now. That's a whole nother thing. I don't know much about vaping. Maybe that's important enough to do an episode. I have no idea. But he's smoked his whole damn life, and now he's paying for it. He can barely walk. I have to assist him to get to the bathroom. And he's such a great guy, but he can barely walk. He has no appetite. He has no thirst. He's freaking withering away, and it sucks. And I don't want to share too much of his personal story, but it's also my personal story. Because I'm here. And it's my mom's husband. And she's been overwhelmed taking care of him. And that's why I'm here. Fucking smoking. Here's something. I'm going to tell you a couple more things about my history with smoking and some things that I've come across and instances that have happened. First of all, do you smokers understand that cigarette smoke and the smell travels? Do you not understand what I mean by that? Okay, listen. When you suck that into your lungs and you're cancering yourself and poisoning yourself with that bullshit, and then you breathe it out, are you not smart enough? The cigarettes, does it just like halt common sense in your head to realize that it travels, not just, within 10 feet of you, not just within the smoke until that fizzles out. No, we can smell your stank ass for probably 50 feet away. Stank ass. I just walked up to a Meijer today. It's a grocery store here in these Michigan area states, Midwest states. And I love Meijer, by the way. That will not be a future topic. Maybe Walmart, but Meijer's not big enough to pick on. I like Meijer. Anyways, I'm walking up to Meijer. Every damn time I walk up to the Meijer here in Woodhaven, Michigan, I am basically walking in an ashtray. There's always an asshole. Yes, if you smoke outside of the entrance of any building, if you smoke near a door, period, or a window, You're an asshole, and I want to punch you in the freaking throat before this cancer does anyway. Either way, your throat is fucked, okay? I'm either going to punch you in the throat or cancer is going to punch you in the throat. Pick one or get both. Stupid. You're an asshole. Again, at the top of the program, I said, if you just go into your little cave and you smoke and you don't bother nobody, cool. Do what you want to do. You don't bother me. I have nothing for you. I don't care. It's still stupid, but whatever. I'm not talking to you. Right now, I'm talking to that asshole. That asshole that walks out of a mire, stops right at the sliding doors, pulls out a lighter, pulls out a cigarette, puffs it, lights it, smokes it, and then puts a cloud of pure shit, poisonous shit, all over the freaking entrance area for like a minute. Everybody walking in and walking out has to smell your shit. I would rather you shit your pants and smell that. I'd rather you do neither, actually. I don't know. I don't want to smell shit either. But damn it, how stupid do you have to be to walk down a busy sidewalk smoking a cigarette and I don't care. Look at my cigarette. I don't care. That's what you are. You're a freaking asshole. You're a little bitch that needs to be punched in the throat. I wish it was legal to punch people in the throat. I really do. Oh my God, that needs to happen. Next, you look stupid to the point where it's gross. Even the most beautiful woman, who do I have a crush on? Let's see. I have a lot of crushes. I do. I'm a single man. I'm allowed to. Who do I have a major, let's see, celebrities. Let's see. Let's just say Mia Jovovich. She's still beautiful. I think unbelievably beautiful. If Mia Jovovich walked out and we were on a date together, I don't know how that happens. I think she's married. She's also way out of my league. Anyway, we're on a date. Wonderful restaurant. And we have dinner. We're flirting. We're looking into each other's eyes. She has beautiful eyes. We walk out together, her arm in mine. We know what's going to happen tonight, don't we? Oh, God, it's going to happen. I'm finally going to have amazing relations with the girl of my dreams, my forever Hollywood crush. This is really happening? This is happening to me? This never happens to me. She's really into it, man. She's provoking it. She wants it. Oh, my God, I must have did something right. We get out to the parking lot. I hold the door for her. I open it up because I'm a goddamn gentleman. There we are, man. She goes, oh, hang on for a second. Pulls out a cigarette and a lighter, lights it up, and starts smoking. I'd still take her home. It's freaking Mia Jovovich. What do you want from me? Okay? Would I be happy that she smokes? Would I think any better of her? No. But that's freaking Mia Jovovich, dude. You do not turn that down. But random hot chicks are ugly when you're smoking. Random good-looking guys are ugly and stupid-looking when you're smoking. You look stupid to the point where it's gross. Okay, I've been on those dates, actually. Actually, I didn't even think about that. I've been on a date where a girl and everything was going great, and she was freaking hot, and wow, and oh my God, I'm gonna get a stinky Twinkie tonight. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna get a stinky Twinkie. I didn't realize how stinky. Okay, because as soon as you pull out that cigarette, I'm done with you. I'm grossed out. I think you're stupid, and then I walk away. You're ugly at that point. You're an ugly person. You may be wonderful in every other aspect of your life. You may be. But as soon as you start smoking, to me and to most non-smokers and people that really hate cigarette smoke, you're stupid and you're ugly. Simple as that. I've had so many damn friends die of lung cancer. I've had so many friends die of heart-related diseases from smoking. I'm sick of it, man. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. Am I the only one that sees this? I just hate seeing people addicted to it, man. They're just fiending for their crutch. You see the people. You see them. They leave, a store, and they're irritated that they have to be outside. Oh, can't believe I got to smoke outside. It's stupid. And they're like shaking their hands, and they light lighter, and they're, yeah. You look like an addict because that's what you are. You look like me at a taco stand when I'm starving, okay? I have different addictions. We're gonna talk about food addictions another time, and I'm stupid for my decisions. I admit it. You don't. Smokers just don't seem to care about anybody more than they care about their cigarettes. Tell me I'm wrong when I say that. If you're a smoker, you often care about your cigarette more than you care about anybody within 50 yards of you. You are an asshole. I hate that. That's what I hate the most, is that smug attitude. I'm in America. I should be able to smoke. Yeah, I'm in America as well. I should be able to not smell your smoke. Stupid. And then these are the people. These are the people. Everywhere you look, all across this country, I implore you to try, unless it was freshly cleaned. Everywhere you'll find cigarette butts. Because these assholes, these freaking stupid asshole, ugh, what's a better word than stupid asshole? I'm trying to think of something that will hit you harder than stupid asshole. Waste of flesh. Worthless piece of shit. Just leave. I'm done with my cigarette. Well, throw it on the ground. Okay, someone will get that. Okay, yeah, we'll get another cigarette. Throw it on the ground. I don't care. Even if you told me they were biodegradable to the point where they disappeared the next hour, in an hour, that cigarette butt's going to disappear into the earth, I wouldn't care. You're still an asshole. I hate people that litter. And smokers that litter, throat punch. Oh, God, I'm getting worked up, man. Hang on, I got this lean body banana. 40 grams of protein in this thing. Lean body banana smoothie. Hang on. Like I said, I took 3 months off. My throat's not ready for this, man. I did vocal exercises. I'm not lying. I honestly did vocal exercises. Get a little water on top of that. I know, you're like, I didn't hit play to listen to you drink water, asshole. Detroit Airport, about 6 years ago. My son and I are sitting on a picnic table outside. For some reason, there's picnic tables out there for people that are waiting for their rides. We're just sitting there waiting for my mom and her husband, Ron, to come pick us up. We just flew to Detroit from Colorado. You know, goofing around. He's climbing. He was a little kid at the time. He's climbing all over the freaking picnic tables and having a good time. I'm just sitting there, probably on my phone, like, where are you guys at? And they're like, where are you at? And I'm like, well, where are you at? We never could get that right. Always in the wrong spot. These three fat, and I'll say fat. You can't fat shame people. That is definitely going to be a very soon episode, fat shaming and why it's necessary. Anyway, these three obese, fat, awful women with a stroller and a kid in the stroller, of course. They don't just carry around a stroller for no reason. Some people carry their dogs in strollers. Weird. Yeah, God damn it. This pisses me off. All three of these fat, disgusting women light up at the same time. And back to the fat shaming thing. I'm like 35 pounds overweight, so, you know, shut up. I'll call myself fat and obese and disgusting, but not nearly as fat, obese, and disgusting as these three women. And they got more disgusting as they lit up cigarettes. Under a sign next to the picnic tables, a big sign, like the sign was like 3 feet tall and 2 feet wide, big red circle with a slash through it and a little picture of a cigarette in there, no smoking anytime. And I took a picture of them. I couldn't tell you where the picture is now. I wish I had it. Probably erased it like I do most things by accident. But three fat women with a child at the airport under a no smoking sign, all smoking. So I, in the nicest possible way, I just pointed out to them. And the smoke's getting to me immediately, and because I hate it. And my son's with me, which pisses me off even more. We're all very protective parents, right? You might as well come over there and kick my kid in the freaking head than make him smell shitty-ass cigarette smoke, especially when he's like 9 or 10, whatever he was at that point. And I say, hey, there's a big no smoking sign there. Do you mind? I don't know if that's exactly what I said, but it's that level of intensity, not much. They went off on me. I'll smoke wherever the fuck I want to smoke. Fuck you, asshole. Then all three of these fat bitches were they all just teamed up on us. Like, they teamed up on me. And actually freaked my kid out a little bit. He kind of stopped and looked, and it's like looking around. I said, all I'm asking you to do is not smoke in a no smoking section next to your fucking kid. Stupid. And here's my dilemma. Like, my mom and her husband are like going to be pulling up in a second. I got my kid with me. They have a child. I don't want to scar their child even more than that kid's lungs are already scarred. And and that's the people that I'm talking about with this episode. You cunts, you stupid bitch ass fucking assholes. I hate these people. You are the scourge of society. I would push you into an active volcano and not have an ounce of regret if I could. So they go crazy. And finally, funny enough, we were waiting in the wrong place. So I just, after we figured that out, because they're like, we're sitting here waiting for you. My mom was texting me. And I'm like, oh, I guess I'm in the wrong place. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. And they're still screaming at me the whole time as we're walking away. What am I supposed to do? Beat the shit out of all three of them in front of their kid? I wanted to. And then I'm the guy who knocked out three women in front of their kid. Yeah, I'm going to do that. No. Did they deserve it? Yes! Throat punch! Throat punch! Throat punch! Oh my God, man. If you smoke around kids, I want you to know that I really hope you get lung cancer and die. I mean that. Oh, you shouldn't say that, Brandon. Oh, that's too much. You should never say that. No, I want you off the planet. I mean that. The planet is better without you. The human race is better without you. If you smoke in a car with a kid, I don't care if you roll the window. Oh, there's smoke goes out the window. No, it doesn't. That is the stupidest shit I've ever heard in my life. I've been in cars with people smoking. And as soon as they light up, I want to kill them and then jump out of the car. I want you off the fucking planet. You don't deserve to be a part of this species because you're stupid beyond you're stupid beyond belief. If you smoke, I don't care if you're pushing a stroller like those fat bitches were. I just recently saw that. My friend Heather and I were in Knoxville, Tennessee or somewhere, and we're at a Buc-ee's. And we're just sitting there eating some, if you don't know what Buc-ee's is, Buc-ee's rules, okay? They got good food. It's like a store, all this Buc-ee's merchandise and everything. It's awesome. Every snack you can imagine, every drink you can imagine, Buc-ee's is great. We're sitting there eating some brisket sandwiches or whatever we're having. And we're just kind of people watching. There's a big inflatable Buc-ee. It's one of the new ones. And it's in Sevierville, actually, Tennessee. And there's people just posing with the big Buc-ee's. And then, as soon as this scumbag, and you could tell who smokes just by looking at them, these two scumbag freaking Tennessee people, sorry, I can't, that's really the only way I can describe it. They look like redneck scumbags, you know what I mean? I hate redneck scumbags. Walk right out. They have 3 kids with them. Both of them light up as soon as the freaking door opens. The what do you call it? The electronic doors, the sliding doors, whatever. As soon as it opens, you see them. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And we're both in the car, and I tell Heather, look at these assholes. They just literally light up, and they stop like a foot outside the door to make sure, you know, they get their fire and their cancer stick. And there are 3 kids around them. One of the little girl's hanging on her dad. And he's just... And then they stand there about 10 feet from the entrance smoking with their kids. The mom was holding the little boy while she's smoking. Lava, hot, flesh dissolving lava is what they deserve. Not the kids. The kids don't know any better. But those kids are going to smoke because they're already addicted to it. Because their stupid parents got them that way. And their stupid parents don't care. I smoked my whole life. I don't care. It's not about you and your health. I'm not going to say shit. I will when I get to the other stuff, which I'm about to get to, about what it does to you and all that. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff. I'm just talking about my personal stuff here for the first half hour, whatever. So that's how we're going to do this podcast, I guess. This is the first episode. I'm feeling things out. 10 minutes about what's going on in, Brandon Bishop land. Half hour of my personal experiences with that particular topic, and then we'll get into stats and all kinds of shit. Because I got a lot of notes, man. I haven't even gotten past the first paragraph yet. Anyways, I hated those people so goddamn much. And then I had an instance when my son was really young at a Walmart, probably in Colorado, I imagine. And this guy's smoking at the entrance of Walmart. Stupid. Just that stupid. When I say something, because I'm a calling out motherfucker, I'm not just calling out people on podcast. I call people out to their face. I think there's not enough of that in society now. There's not enough fist fights in society now. This guy, I said, hey man, do you mind not smoking in the front of the entrance? There's people with kids and people with lung issues and people with, on freaking ventilators and people that just don't fucking like it. Do you mind? And he blows it right in my face. Now, keep in mind, my kid was small enough to sit in the little cart, in the shopping cart, in, the little seating area in the shopping cart. He was 3, 4, tops, or whatever age that is. Maybe younger. So if you blow it in my face, that's a foot away from his face. I kicked the shit out of this guy. I did. I kicked the shit out of this guy. I burned my knuckle because I punched him in the mouth and his cigarette was in his mouth. I punched him when he hit the ground. I punched him when he was laying on the ground. I don't really remember it. The police told me about all this shit. And thankfully, there was a guy returning the carts who saw everything. And he told the cops, the guy that worked at Walmart returning the carts, when you leave the carts everywhere. By the way, when you're in your car and you're walking towards Walmart or any of these grocery stores, grab a cart if there's one. Just do that. It's just a good thing to do. I don't know. How many times you go into shopping like a Safeway or something and there's no carts? Why? Because they're all out in the parking lot. Grab one. Take it in with you. It's politeness. Probably never even thought about that. Anyway. I don't black out. I'm usually pretty together when I'm in a fist fight or if I'm in a fight of any kind or an argument. I don't remember kicking the shit out of this guy. I remember burning my finger and I remember pushing my kid to the car in the cart afterwards. I don't remember what I did to him, and that's very scary. But I beat his ass unconscious and put him in the hospital, and he deserved it. He deserved it just for smoking out there, not for blowing smoke in me and my kid's face. Yeah, he deserved death. Lava. Throat punch into the lava. That happened. I didn't get arrested. I didn't even get a ticket, thanks to the Walmart employee who said he was making threats and blowing smoke in my kid's face. That happened, man, at a Walmart parking lot. Ha! Yeah, don't smoke around kids, especially mine. Pregnant women. If I catch a pregnant woman smoking, I think she should go to jail. We're going to talk about punishments for different smoking-related things, but right now, I need to take a break. I need to get my throat rested. I want to talk about a couple sponsors. I'm in a van, so I'm going to pee in a bottle, and we will be right back after this pee break.
We're going on a pee break. It won't take too long. We're going on a pee break. I've got to drain the dong. We're gonna thank our sponsors. They're the best and that's a fact. A jiggly wiggly pee break. And then we'll be right back. We're going on a pee break. We're going on a pee break. We're going on a pee break. a jiggly wiggly pee break. We're going on a pee break.
Okay, today's sponsor is Jackery, the portable power unit that fuels my van with electricity. Yes, Jackery.com is where you gotta go and check out. They have a lot of different models. They have small ones, like I have two of the small ones, a 240 and a 290 here in the van. And I have two of the bigger ones, 1,000 watt and a 1,500 watt. And what does that mean? That means I don't have to plug in the shit. That means I can either get, there's a lot of ways to charge these things, but when I'm traveling around the country, it can charge off the van, it can charge off of solar power, it can charge just plugging it into walls. I've plugged into the walls at Starbucks. I've been at people's houses, plugged in there. There's a lot of ways to charge these things up, and they charge up extremely fast. I've had these little Jackeries for about 3 years now, and they are fantastic. They're still going strong. They charge my phones, my computers, my camera equipment, my drones, my laptop, my everything is charged by Jackery power when I am on the road, and I am on the road full time now. So look up Jackery. You can find all kinds of stuff on Amazon, but it's really cool to go to Jackery.com and see what they've got. They've even got like 6,000 watt home backup generators now, which I really want them to send to me. Please send one of those to me. Please, Jackery, I'm doing you a thing right now, okay? Send me stuff. But I have a lot of power in here, and it's all Jackery, and I really appreciate Jackery for being a pal, joining the Everything on the Small Blue Dot podcast and other things that we do on Asai TV, as well as the YouTube show and all that. It's all sponsored by Jackery. Thank you, Jackery. You're the coolest. Thank you for all the power. You make me feel powerful. There's your new slogan, Jackery. Jackery, you'll feel power. Okay, 41 minutes into this shizzle, and I have not even touched the research that I spent hours and hours and hours doing. The history of cigarettes. Oh, man. This isn't a Dan Cummins thing, man. This isn't Time Suck. I don't want to do a 4-hour podcast, 3-hour podcast every single week. I don't have the time, man. I wish I did, because there's a lot of research. If I read everything that I have, oh my God, you're kidding me. There's a lot of freaking stuff here, dude. Okay, let's get to it. Tobacco, which is the core ingredient of cigarettes, is derived from the leaves of the Nicotiana. Is that really? Nicotiana, a plant from the nightshade family, indigenous to North and South America. So yeah, we're right in the heart of tobacco company area here. We're in the ground zero. This is where it all started, and it's not hard. It never was hard to get it. Archaeologists they studied, and they suggest the use of tobacco for smoking purposes started around the 1st century in BC. I don't even like saying BC and AD because I'm not a religious person. I'm kind of stuck having to say that for time purposes. So before that crap, and the Mayan people of Central America used tobacco leaves for smoking in religious ceremonies and things like that. So I can almost understand that. It's like, you get a little high from the tobacco. You get a little whatever it was a treat. It was something you did. It's kind of like having cake in your birthday. So they're having for last rites and different shamans and things like that. And then they started, using it for medical purposes. And they also started using it for, different forms of cure for different illnesses like asthma. And how'd that work out for you? And here for your asthma, here's some, smoke this. Yeah. For earaches, for bowel problems, fever, sore eyes, depression, insect bites, burns, things like that. The tobacco plant, I'm not sure if they actually smoked it for all that stuff. They may have made a salve out of it. They may have made a powder out of it. They may have eaten it. They may have done any kind of thing to it. But they had a lot of medical purposes. But back then, like, if you rubbed tobacco juice or something, or any kind of juice or snake venom or whatever on an open cut, and it healed like in the next few days, which it probably would have healed anyway, then they're like, oh my God, that works. Holy crap, everybody, okay, let's get all the tobacco, pick it up. We're gonna make some we're gonna make some stuff, and it's gonna heal everybody. It's the new thing. It's great. Yeah, so that's kind of what back then. That's how snake oil was invented. Oh boy! By the time Columbus and his successors documented tobacco in their countries and brought it back, the natives started using tobacco in pipes, cigars, and different snuff. And subsequently, Portuguese, Spanish sailors helped spread it to different forms of tobacco. And they basically, the white man came, the Latin man came, and they're like, "Oh, what are these Indians doing?" The Indians are like, "Don't worry about it, man. You don't want no part of this." Exactly like that. And of course, Columbus and all his friends, all the European assholes came over, and much like they took everything from Native Americans, they said, "Hey, we're going to bring that back with us. We're going to load up our boats with tobacco plants, your tobacco plants. How do you do this? How do you plant this?" And then they start planting it over there, and it spread like a fungus. And so it began. The major tobacco growing and consuming countries after that were China, of course, the United States, former Soviet states, India, Brazil, South and Southeast Asia. It's incorporated into existing traditional customs. And yeah, man, they're mostly chewing the tobacco leaves back then, though. They were getting the nicotine from that, and it's addictive. And it was basically like, I imagine it was when people first discovered sugarcane, and like, holy crap, this is freaking amazing. And any addictive quality to anything like nicotine and all that is always gonna, when you first do it, you introduce it to people. It was like me when I discovered, Biscoff, Biscoff, I think it's called, like Biscoff cookie dough butter. That stuff's, what the hell, man? Like, why? Why is that legal? Why? You should not have, that should not be readily accessible to the public. It's bullshit. It's addictive. It's the best thing you could ever put in your mouth. But I imagine these people thought tobacco was, way back then. Tobacco industry started providing jobs, and it became a major source of income. And then the advertising industries come in, and this is all as we go quickly down the timeline. From billboards, whatever they called billboards back then, flyers on a wall in an old Western town or in a French town where it just took over France. Jobs were created, whether it's advertising jobs or even up till now. People, the industry's freaking huge, sadly. By the time of the Civil War, cigarette use had become more popular. And then, of course, when things become popular, the government's going to tax the crap out of it. First federal tax was imposed on cigarettes in 1864. I'm surprised it took that long. Shortly afterwards, the development of the cigarette manufacturing industry led to quickly becoming a major product in the United States, and it has been ever since. Because even though now we know how bad cigarettes are and how annoying cigarettes are and how stupid you have to be to smoke cigarettes, it's still one of the biggest industries in the country. And it's pretty sad. Man, there's a lot of research here. At the same time, populist health reform started a movement in the 1880s, all the way to the 1920s, and even now, that motivated, it was motivated by moral and hygienic concerns rather than health concerns. So basically, it was rotting people's teeth, and they're like, "Oh, maybe you shouldn't be smoking so much," and it stunk. So people are like, maybe you shouldn't smoke around me. And then they try to start regulating things. Didn't get very far in the 1920s. Didn't get very far in the late 1800s as far as cleaning up cigarette smoking. I wish they would have. I wish they set the precedent back then to be smoking is stupid. But they didn't. It just got more and more and more popular. During World War I, Army surgeons praised cigarettes for helping wounded relax and easing their pain. This I understand. I don't smoke cigarettes. I don't know if it eases pain personally. I don't know if it relaxes people personally. Obviously, I don't smoke because I'm anything but relaxed. But I get that, okay? You're in war. You're killing people. You're on the verge of being killed at all times. You're watching your friends die. If a cigarette calms your ass down, cool. I wish there was something that didn't smell as bad. I understand it if you're stressed out and you need a cigarette. Just don't smoke that shit around me or other people that don't need to be around it or don't want to be around it or shouldn't be around it, like kids and people that, you know, want to punch you in the throat. Anyway. So yeah, if you're in a war and a cigarette helps you out, fine. Everybody was smoking back then anyways. Smoking was first linked to lung cancer and other diseases in the late 1940s and early 1950s. So you're talking about 60 unanswered years of everyone and the planet smoking and not realizing, oh shit, that's right in my grandma's time right there. She was 20 years old in 1943. So yeah, unanswered. Everyone's smoking around you. You can't avoid it. You're on an airplane. Half the freaking plane is smoking. You can't get away from it. And then, you know, someone goes, oh, duh, putting smoke in your lungs is going to be unhealthy. Yeah. Took you that long to figure that out. Stupid, stupid people. In 1956, a Surgeon General's scientific study group determined that there was a causal relationship between excessive cigarette smoking and lung cancer. No shit. In England, in 1962, Royal College of Physicians reported emphasized smoking's causative. Did I write that word? Causative? I did write that word. I don't think that's right. Anyways, it played a big role in lung cancer, so it took England even longer to figure that one out. Anti-smoking messages started in 1969 and were banned. Wait, did I read that right? Anti-smoking messages had a significant impact on cigarette sales. However, when cigarette advertising or on television and radio was banned in 1969, anti-smoking messages were discontinued. Okay, so what happened was in the 60s, late 60s, they were like, you really shouldn't smoke, okay? It's going to give you lung cancer, and it's really stupid. Okay? I know for the last 60, 70 years, we've been telling you it's just freaking dandy. But it's not, okay? We made a mistake. Nobody ever says they made a mistake, of course. Never does that happen. But, you know, all the medical people, all the surgeon generals and all that are getting in on it. And they're like, yeah, don't smoke. It's not good for you. And then when they, they got it taken off of the Flintstones, smoking and different things like that, and all these cartoons, and they got Joe Camel out there for the kids. Once they get all the ads off of TV and radio, then all the anti-messages stopped. Because they figured, it's not on TV and radio. People aren't going to smoke anymore. They're not completely addicted at this point. Oh. In 1972, Surgeon General's report became a first series of science-based reports to identify environmental tobacco smoke as a health risk to non-smokers. Secondhand smoke, people. That is what pisses me off almost as much as just the smell and the disgusting nature of it. Okay? Not only do I have to smell your bullshit, your smelly ass, disgusting bullshit that travels yards and yards away from your stupid lungs. Not only do I have to smell that stuff, not only do I have to smell it on your clothes, you nasty asses don't even realize how bad you stink when you come in from the outside and you make everything around you smell like an ashtray 10 minutes after you smoked. You don't understand that because the cigarettes have blocked your intelligence. You're stupid for not understanding that. You stink. When you get on an airplane and you sit next to somebody after smoking a cigarette, you smell like shit. You don't understand that, do you? I hate it. My ass is falling asleep. Anyway, I had to move. Sorry, moving things around. So, yeah, they figured out, oh yeah, if other people ingest this garbage, it fucks with them too. It fucks their lungs up. Perfect. Thanks a lot, smokers. In 1970s, federal government began administratively regulating smoking within government domains. In 1975, the Army and Navy stopped including cigarettes and rations to service members. Smoking was restricted in all federal facilities in 1979 and was banned in the White House in 1993. It took you till 1993, over 100 years of smoking, to ban it in the White House. Unbelievable. In 1988, Congress prohibited smoking on domestic and commercial airline flights. 1988. It took that long for people to go, oh, maybe other people don't want to smell nasty ass cigarette shit and make our airplane smell like an ashtray. Took you that long. Stupid society. Stupid. And that was only banned on, Congress prohibited smoking on domestic commercial airlines scheduled for 2 hours or less. By 1990, 2 full years later, the ban was extended to all commercial flights. So if you had a flight, let's say from New York to LA, which is about a 5-hour flight, you could still smoke on airplanes. 92, the Environmental Protection Agency, the EPA, classified ETS as a Group A carcinogen. Unreal, man. Environmental tobacco smoke is what ETS stands for. A Group A carcinogen. That means the most dangerous class of carcinogen. 92. 94, Mississippi became the first state to sue tobacco industries to recover Medicaid costs, which I think every state should have, related illnesses, settling its suit in 1997. A total of 46 states eventually filed. Where's the other 4? And Puerto Rico and Washington, D.C. Anyways, 46 other states. Maybe they did later. I just haven't read that part. 3 other states settled individually with the tobacco industries. Florida, Texas, and Minnesota in 98. Man. So that's a good thing there. That's a really good thing. The states started saying, hey, man, we're spending all this money in Medicaid because of cigarette-related illnesses and death and all these different things because of a product that you made and advertised to them since they were kids. Good for the states on that one. In April 1999, as part of a master settlement agreement, the U.S. major tobacco companies agreed to remove all advertising from outdoor and transit billboards across the nation. The remaining time on at least 3,000 billboard leases valued at $100 million was turned over to the states for posting anti-tobacco messages. Good. Good. $100 million worth of advertising that the tobacco companies put out there for kids and everybody to see. They yanked all that shit down, and they still have a lease. That's how you buy a billboard. You lease it for a while. And the remaining time on that was given to anti-smoking industries, which is wonderful. But here's the problem with the anti-smoking industry and the ad campaigns that the anti-smoking campaigns were. It still reminded people of cigarettes. It still did. So smokers who are addicted to smoking and trying to stop, possibly trying to stop, or they haven't had their cigarette of the day, their fix for the day, they drive by this anti-smoking message and they go, oh, cigarettes. That's all they saw. They don't go, oh, I shouldn't smoke. They go, oh, I need to smoke. That's all it is. No one's going to tell me I'm an American. No damn billboard looking at me. I'm not going to smoke. I'll show them. Yeah, you show them, all right. How's your lung cancer? Okay, where are we at now? In year 2000, just 23 years ago, the U.S. Supreme Court narrowly affirmed a 1998 decision by the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Fourth Circuit and ruled that FDA lacks jurisdiction under the Federal Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act to regulate tobacco products. As a result, the FDA proposed rules to reduce access and appeal of tobacco products, blah, 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 to young people. And that became invalid, believe it or not. So the FDA lost its ability to... Why would the FDA lose the ability to regulate tobacco products? Why? It makes no damn sense. Did I read that wrong? Because, I mean, it's definitely a drug. It's simple as that. Okay, anyway. Man, that's the history of cigarettes, man. And history continues every time someone lights one up. Okay? If you're a smoker You're just adding to the stupidity of society. And history will look back at you and shake their head slowly. I hope in 100 years, kids will read about this freaking black plague called tobacco and cigarette use and go, what were these people thinking? That's the way I think. Okay? Not when it comes to food. I'm addicted to food. I'm addicted to shopping too. Both future episodes. And I will call myself out as much as I'm calling you out. Trust me. I'm addicted to food. I'm addicted to shopping. I'm addicted to shopping for food. Another subject. Don't think I'm off the hook on this podcast. Trust me. I've got some faults. And I'm going to express my disgust in my own faults as well. But that's not what we're talking about today. Damn, people. Every time you smoke, you contribute to the advancement of the tobacco industry and to the stupidity of society. And there's a wide range of uses for tobacco in different countries. The smoking form of tobacco was introduced, I believe, in South Asian countries, from what my research is saying. It has been used in several forms like hookah and chilam, which is a clay pipe. Cigarettes, rolled tobacco in the form of, assholes that use them. Man, you can inhale it, you can chew it. I don't understand most of these words that I wrote down. In Indonesia, tobacco is mixed with a clove and dipped in the oral cavity, so you're dipping. The payan acquired significant popularity amongst the male population. My eyes are blurry, people. Too much coffee this morning. The male population in the central and western parts of India. In contrast, the female in these locations were doing other things. I could go down to every single culture, and I did. I got India here. I've got the Mayans. I've got Europeans. I'm not going to, because that would take another 15,000 hours of this very episode. All over the world, people are smoking. All over the world. And thankfully, we live in, at least I do, live in the United States of America. United States of America, everybody. We're here in the land of the free, in the home of the tobacco industry. I'm so happy to live here. I'm actually very happy. I'm very lucky. I'm a white male in the United States of America. If I can't make it here, I can't make it anywhere. Trust me. And thankfully, all that's changing. That whole, man, what am I talking about now? That's another episode. I don't want to get into the white privilege thing, because I agree with it and very much disagree with it. But that's another whole thing that I don't want to dive into right now. But history will tell you, if you're a white male in the United States of America, you really have nothing to complain about, okay? And history has been very good to you. I don't know about the future. No idea what's going to happen to us in, 30, 40 years. But like in my time, now there's skateboarders jumping on skateboards right outside of my window. That's awesome. Hey. Nope, I hope he falls. Nope, he didn't fall. He's really good at what he's doing. Anyways, yeah, that's going to be a different episode when we talk about race stuff and all that. Because I have a lot to say on that, and there's a hell of a lot of research and fun little tidbits that we'll talk about that and in the near future. According to the World Health Organization report, smoking costs the world's economy more than 1 trillion, that's a T, annually in healthcare expenditures and lost productivity. And man, 1 trillion. That's not like in the 100 years that smoking, 150 years that smoking has been popular. No, that's $1 trillion annually. Okay, do you know what annually means? That means every freaking year. $1 trillion in healthcare expenditures. That means, all the Medicaid. That means all of the, everything that, goes into, copays, everything. 1 trillion in the world's economy. I wonder how much of that is in the United States alone. Effective interventions exist to reduce demand for tobacco products, but these measures are highly underused because smokers don't want to quit smoking. Okay? Demand reduction policies such as tax and price increases, bans on tobacco marketing, and prominent pictorial health warnings and smoke-free policies are effective in helping people stop smoking. They are, kind of, but that's, smokers are assholes. We've established that already. Smokers are assholes and they only care about cigarettes. They care about when they're smoking and they need one. That's all they care about. It's an addiction and they don't care about you. They don't care about me. They don't care about anybody around them. They don't even care about themselves. They care about a fucking cigarette. That's all they care about. Okay? So you can put all the signs up. You can put all the no smoking signs up. You can put, you could freaking tattoo something on their freaking cigarette package, which they do. They have health warnings and stuff, but you can do all that stuff. It's not going to make a difference. These people are addicted, and they don't care if they're stupid. They'll never believe that they're stupid. They won't admit that they're stupid because they can never be wrong, especially you assholes out there throwing butts on the ground and smoking in front of entrances. There's never anything wrong with you. No, you're perfect. No, you're stupid. You're an asshole. Anyway, jeez, man. As earlier, the World Health Organization, where I got a lot of this research, study found that 7.4 million lives are likely to be saved as a result of global tobacco control measures. The biggest impact was found to be increasing cigarette taxes to 75% of their price, which they should be. More. Do more. That should avert 3.5 million premature deaths, while smoke-free air lowers, expected to save 2.5 million from secondhand smoke. Another study estimated that in low and middle, my eyes are blurry and it's a small print, baby. In low and middle class countries in particular, or middle income countries, tripling taxes on tobacco would reduce consumption by about a third, while also increasing tobacco revenues by a third. So here's the thing. If you tax the shit out of these people and you tax the product, the cigarette product, to death, I say do a 200% tax on this stuff. That's my opinion. People won't be able to afford to smoke anymore. And cigarettes are already expensive as hell from what I've seen. When I'm buying a water bottle at the freaking gas station, you look behind the counter and I can't believe they still smoke. They still sell them. I think they need to limit the availability of cigarettes. How about that, huh? A study commissioned by the U.S. tobacco company Philip Morris, a.k.a. the devil, published in 2000, 23 years ago, examined the economic impact of smoking on the Czech Republic. It was concluded that tobacco smoking provided a net benefit for the economy, largely because reduced health care costs. So here's the thing, man. When you raise the price on cigarette packages, cartons, whatever you call them, you're still making money if you're Philip Morris, whoever that asshole was. If you're in the tobacco industry, you're probably making way more money because people are still smoking. And your product just doubled in price, or by 75%. So yeah, I mean, it's just it's a win-win because people stop smoking, and then the tobacco companies still make their precious dollars selling shit that kills people. The only person that doesn't win are the smokers. Good. The Treasury received $9.5 billion in revenue from tobacco duties in the financial year of 2015. $9.5 billion. Add that to the $1 trillion annually in the world and from health expenditures, and yeah, you've got yourself one hell of an industry, don't you? Oh man. I'm kind of scrolling through some of these things because I'm already over my hour limit. I'm at an hour and 8 minutes, and this little skateboard guy outside of my van is pissing me off. I hate skateboards. I just do. Just annoying. Like, at least he's in a parking lot. He's doing it away from everybody. See, if he was a smoker way over there in a parking lot with no cars around him, I'm cool with that. But when I hear a skateboard crashing to the ground every 15 seconds, I keep looking up and it drives me crazy. Anyways, cigarette smoking causes 1 out of every 5 deaths in the United States each year. 1 out of every 5 deaths, okay? If you see 5 people sitting at the airport, those 3 hogs that pissed me off at the Detroit airport, if you see them and add 2 hogs, 1 of them will die from cigarette smoking, okay? That's 1 in 5 people. And we said earlier, what was it, 7 point something million people. It's probably more than that. How many people smoke? I don't think I have that information. Let's see here. Let me look it up. How many people smoke in the United States of America? Let's see what she has to say. Nearly 12 out of every 100. That's actually really good. So that would be 11.5%. So that's still a lot of people. Not as many as I actually thought. I think there's more. I don't think people admit to smoking. A lot of people don't because they know they're stupid and they don't want to be stupid. So it's probably more like, I'll just say 15% of the country smokes. And that's a lot. There's 350 million people in this country. So let's say that many. Okay? 1 out of every 5 of them will die because of cigarette smokes. Smokes? Because of cigarette smoking. And that doesn't include secondhand smoke. All the kids out there that are basically born with lung cancer. That's 480,000 deaths a year just in the United States. Oh, that includes deaths from secondhand smoke. So I did my research. 480,000. I want you to go watch. Let's see. What can we say? The last 5 Super Bowls, okay? And I want you to look out into that crowd. These packed, sold-out Super Bowl crowds that people paid way too much money for these tickets. Thousands of dollars they paid for these tickets. Sold-out arenas, stadiums, cram-packed, shoulder to shoulder, an ass every 10 inches. Every single people. Take the last 5 Super Bowls, add all those crowds together. That is how many people die from smoking cigarettes every single fucking year. Think about that in that context, won't you? Every Super Bowl crowd for the last 5 years. Dead. All of them. Dead. They no longer exist. Have you been to a sports arena during a game? A sold-out game or a WrestleMania or something crazy? Everybody in that arena that's making all that noise, having all that fun, eating all those freaking processed meat hot dogs and nachos and beer and all this shit that's killing them from the inside. And probably some of them are smoking in the audience because they're fucking assholes. Every one of them dead. 480,000 people. And I've known a few of them. Dead. Dead. Is it worth it? The average smoker spends about $3,000 a year on cigarettes. $3,000. That's a month's salary for someone with a decent job. Okay? That is almost 190,000 over an adult's lifetime. So let's say you're alive for 75 years. That's about $190,000 that you spent on cigarettes. God, I need a drink of water after saying that. All right, stupid smokers. Bear with me for a second. I know your life doesn't revolve around cigarettes. There's other things you want to do, right? Maybe you want to get a nice, let's say you want to go on a nice vacation to Europe. Let's go to Europe. I'm going to Europe next year. You know why? Because I've never smoked and I don't spend $3,000 fucking dollars on cigarettes every year. I'm going to Europe. I'm going to spend about 3 weeks over there, maybe a month, whatever. That's going to cost me about $5,000, probably just in hotels, flights, Uber, food. $3,000 you spend a year on cigarettes. That is a European vacation for a week. That is a down payment on a new car. That is putting your kid through a semester of college. That is so many freaking things, man. And these smokers, I don't know why. I don't know why I can't pay my light bill. They're charging too much. Oh, Joe Biden raised our gas prices. I can't afford gas. Yeah, but you can afford $3,000 a year on cigarettes. Stupid. I just filmed a movie all over the country, like I told you, in like 37 cities all over, east to west, from freaking Santa Monica Pier all the way to Coney Island, New York. And I only spent $1,700? I could have done that, what, twice? For as much as you spend on cigarettes in a year. You're stupid. I could buy a new drum set for that. I always want to get one of those electronic drum sets I can just fold up and take with me. Plug it into the Jackery. Another plug for Jackery. Yeah. Rock out in the middle of the desert. It'd be fun. Or how about this? How about you could pay bills like I just said? You know, you can pay that light bill. You can pay whatever stupid insurance that you're forced to get these days. There's a future episode. You could get 2 hookers at the same time. I'm not talking like back alley hookers. I'm talking about professional escorts. You could buy 2 hookers for $3,000, $1,500 a piece. Probably keep them all day and all night. Have yourself a fantastic, maybe $3,000 a piece. I've never bought a hooker. I don't know how much they cost. I used to watch that Bunny Ranch show on HBO, but I have no idea how much a hooker costs. None. There was this time in Korea though, but I didn't pay for that one. Good times. Oh man, you know, and here's the thing. If you smoke, again, I'm going to say this again. If you smoke and you keep it away from people, and the only person you're harming or pissing off is yourself, none of this is for you. I want you to know these numbers. I want you to know that you spend $3,000 a year on cigarettes. I want you to know that the health costs from you smoking cigarettes are affecting the economy. But, you know, a lot of other things affect the economy as well, so I'm not going to push that in your face. I want to know that you're going to die from it. I do want you to know that. And I often wondered, like, why? I know it's an addiction. I know it's a chemical addiction. I know that people need a crutch, but why? I did some research on that too. Studies show that most people smoke for a lot of reasons, and they vary. And I get some of these reasons. It's the same reason I eat. I eat when I'm happy. I eat when I'm sad. I eat when I'm celebrating. I eat when I'm depressed. I eat when I'm bored. And that's why I'm 30, 40 pounds overweight right now. And that's my fault. That's my fault. And all of you out there dealing with lung cancer and dealing with health issues and heart disease and all these things you got from cigarette smoking, that's your fault. It's not your fault if it's from secondhand smoke. No, you need to find a person that's been smoking around you the whole time, gave you those issues because of their shitty smoke, and beat the shit out of them. That's what you need to do. I don't care if it's your mom, your dad, even your grandmother. Slap her upside the head and say, quit fucking smoking around me. Everyone's so afraid to voice their opinion because everyone's so afraid to say anything these days. But that's something you need to say. And these people are smoking because apparently it gives you energy sometimes when you're feeling down and just you don't have any. People have fixations with holding things. They like to touch them and handle them, and it's just a repetitive thing that they're accustomed to doing. They're addicted to the motions. It's just something they like to do. They like the taste. They like whatever. It helps them feel relaxed, and when they're tense or upset or depressed, they crave them. It is an addiction, man. It's a ritual. It's a personal ritual that people do 20 times a day sometimes. They smoke for the same reason I eat, when they're any of those reasons, happy, sad, lonely, bored. Some people say it controls weight. I don't know. I'm a chubby bastard. Maybe I should start smoking just to lose weight. Yeah, one horrible thing to replace one horrible thing. That works. It's a social thing, people. Hey, my friend smokes, so I'm going to smoke. Hey, we're all smoking. Let's go out and have a smoke. Smoke, smoke, smoke. Let's smoke, smoke, smoke. It gives them a sense of control over things. I control this. I can light this on fire, inhale it. It's my body, and I'll do what I want. Exactly. Do what you want. Keep it away from other people. Well, let's say you have somebody that you love and they want to quit. How do they do that? How can you help them do that? Apparently, there's a lot of ways. Sleep, get enough rest. With a good night's sleep, you're more likely to feel fresh and alert. Regular exercise, there's that. Move. Take a brisk walk instead of smoking if you feel sluggish. Moving around is a drug-free stimulant. Eat regular, nutritious meals. Healthy foods are a great natural source of energy. I'm reading this word for word. This is from the World Health Organization. Drink lots of cold water. It'll refresh you and keep your body free of nicotine. Washes that garbage away. Keep your mind active. Call a friend. Read a magazine or a book. Some of these are stupid. Play a board or computer game. Yeah, there you go. Play video games. Pick up a pen and a pencil. Write something. Write a book. Do this. Oh, actually, no. This is a ritual type of thing. Pick up a pen or a pencil instead of a cigarette. Doodle. Make a list of your reasons for quitting. No, don't do that because that's just going to remind you what you're doing. You need a complete distraction. Fiddle with a coin. Twist your rings. Handle harmless objects like paper clips and marbles and clothespins, which are not harmless. Oh my God, have you ever poked yourself with the end of a paper clip? You ever swallowed a bunch of marbles? It's terrible. Squeeze a softball. Puff on a straw. Cut a straw in half and then make it mimic a cigarette. Put a toothpick in your mouth. Careful not to injure your gums. Okay, there's a future episode. Use plastic cigarettes. I don't know what that is, but plastic in your mouth at all times is probably pretty bad as well. Change brands of cigarettes. While preparing to quit, switch to a brand that you find distasteful. Do not smoke 2 packs of the same brand in a row. Switch to a brand of cigarettes that is low in tar and nicotine. Do not inhale deeper when smoking these cigarettes. Save, see, smell. There's a lot of ways to quit, man. Ask your doctor. You could do the thing that I tried to get my grandmother to do. Just cut down gradually. Make a chart. Okay, I smoked 10 cigarettes today. Tomorrow I'm going to smoke 9. This week I'll smoke 9. The next week I'll smoke 8. Just cut down gradually if you can. Yeah, man. There's a lot of ways. Look it up. Be with the people that are non-smokers. Learn to enjoy activities that don't include smoking. Avoid people who smoke like I do. There's a lot of ways. You can get the there's a toll-free tobacco quit line. 1-800-QUIT-NOW. Call it. 1-800-QUIT-NOW. Stop smoking. Stop being stupid. It's time to start calling smokers out. It really is. And make it look and sound as stupid as it is. And I think that's what everybody needs to do with everything that is disrespectful, horrible, unhealthy, and just plain stupid. Call these people out. Don't be afraid to call them out in your family. Don't be afraid to call them stupid for smoking. Don't. Because that is what they are. They may not be stupid people. They may be wonderful, charitable, amazing people. But at the same time, this one thing that they're doing is fucking stupid. Get angry with them like I'm angry right now. Get angry at yourself if you're a smoker. No more politically correct, sensitive bullshit. No more coping mechanisms. Oh God, I don't want to offend anybody. No, call them out as hardcore as you can possibly be. Make them feel as stupid as possible. Maybe it'll get in their head. Maybe you'll save their fucking life. Maybe you'll save your own if you're stuck around them when they're smoking. And people that smoke when you're pregnant or around kids should be imprisoned. Let's just say first offense, 1 month. Second offense, 2 months. Keep that going. If you smoke for 12 times in a row and you keep getting busted by the cops for smoking around kids, you're in month. It just keeps increasing a year at a time. Stupid. Maybe that will get in your head. Maybe people that smoke out in front of entrances. Yeah, you know, like I was talking about earlier, out in front of a Walmart, out in front of a Meijer, out in front of somebody's house or by their windows. If you're smoking in a no smoking area, and those need to be everywhere. I will supply signs. I've done that for businesses in the past. I did that for my old apartment building in Colorado Springs. I bought signs that said no smoking within 25 yards or 25 feet or whatever it was. Should be 50. If they do, $250 fine. Boom, immediately. If they don't pay it, jail time. Second offense, $350. Fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, so on, etc. Charge them. Make it hurt. Hurt their wallets. Hurt their personal time. Hurt their freedom. Because they are hurting us and pissing us off. And I know you smokers are, hey, fuck you, Brandon. You got a problem with me? Smoke around me. Go ahead. That's going to be a hell of a lot worse than a ticket or jail time. I guarantee you that. I'm not saying that because I think I'm a big badass. I'm saying it because it pisses me off to the point where I black out and beat your ass. And that's what needs to happen. Okay, why am I yelling? I'm yelling in a dog park. All the dogs are tilting their head at me, looking at me, going, what's wrong with that guy? This was fun. Hour and 24 minutes. I guess this is going to be an hour and a half program. Cool. Oh, crap. Oh, I got to read some mail. I have a whole segment waiting for it, man. I got to calm down, though. So, yeah, the last 5 minutes of this show are going to be reading your mail. And once I put out that I was doing an episode about smoking, I got a couple, but I got one interesting response about that. Because I think I put something like the first episode will be about smoking and how stupid it is. I got a good response about that. And I'm going to read that to you right now.
Go check the mail, baby. I think my package has arrived.
That voiceover done by Vinny Vineyard, star of Vinny's Fantastic Rock and Roll Adventure, as well as Camp Smokey, WJHC, The Hike. The guy's doing stuff, wrestling with ghosts. He's my brother from another mother. Love that guy, miss him. I'll be seeing him pretty soon. I'm going to head down to Tennessee to do a movie release party for both of our movies. And he's always good with the sound clips, little sound bites for me. Appreciate that, Vinny. And yes, it's time to check the mail. I only got one I'm going to read today. And this one was a lot of fun because it made me laugh, shake my head, and want to punch somebody in the face all at the same time. This is actually from Lynette, who is I got this on Facebook. I'm not going to give you her last name or any of that stuff. I don't know. She's not a friend. I'm not like a Facebook friend, so she must have been like, saw the hashtag or something. Hashtag smoking is stupid or whatever I put on it. Lynette doesn't like me very much, and that's good because I don't like Lynette very much. I'm sure she's a lovely person. She looks like she's maybe in her 60s, and she took offense, surprisingly, to me calling smokers stupid, and that's fine. That's all I need to know about you. You'll be dead soon, and probably from smoking. And everybody around you probably hates you when you smoke. So it's whatever, Lynette. I hope you're listening, because I'm going to read word for word, no editing, what you wrote me. Here we go. What could you possibly say about smoking if you don't smoke? I'm sure you're going to rant. I'm sure you're going to yell and rant about healthcare and health issues, but nobody wants to hear that. I guess we'll see when we see how many people listen to this episode, if anybody wanted to hear that. It's just you complaining about this stuff because you don't like it. Very true. I'll agree with that. So do yourself a favor and talk about van stuff because that's what you're best at. Okay, so maybe she knows I'm a van lifer, so she may be a follower. I don't know, man. I got a lot of creepers out there. This is where it gets fun. I will smoke wherever I will smoke wherever I want to smoke. Nobody's going to tell me otherwise. If you don't like it, that's not my problem. Wow. Right there. Right there. Confirms that you are a shitty person. Okay, Lynette? I don't care what anybody thinks. You're going to smell my smoke. If you don't like it, that's not my problem. That's her words, man. Fuck you, Lynette. Okay, I just want to say that. You don't belong on this planet. You just that attitude right there. Me. You smoke. Oh my God. Calling people stupid for smoking is like calling people stupid for overeating. I do. They're both stupid. It's not a competition in stupidity, people. They are both stupid. Oh boy. People are going to do what they want. People are going to do what they want to do, and they don't need you out there calling them stupid. God! All right, Lynette, you're stupid. okay? Not just for smoking, but for everything that you just freaking said. But you confirmed stupidity for me. You didn't thwart my opinions on smokers. You didn't change my view of this whole topic. No, you confirmed the ignorant stupidity attitude. I'm going to smoke wherever I want to, and if you don't like it, I know it's your problem. When you smoke out in front of an entrance and people have to walk through your shitty smoke, you made it my problem. And I know you're an old lady, but you deserve a throat punch. I need a sound effect for that. Throat punch sound effect, like a whoosh, something like that. That's going to be a thing now. It's going to be a commonly used phrase, throat punch, for when it's needed. I hate this person. I don't know her. She could do, like I said, charity work. She could, foster rescue dogs and raise children and be a wonderful grandmother or whatever she is. I still hate her because of I'm going to do what I want to do, and if you don't like it, it's your problem. That sounds like something a 9-year-old would say to another 9-year-old. You're a horrible person, Lynette. You're a piece of shit. God damn, I wish I had something positive to end on. I'll end on this. Positive notes, okay? I own and operate and film and produce television shows and movies on a network called Asai TV. We're going to end this on a plug, okay? Then I'm going to sing a song to you. Asai TV, A-S-Y TV. It's on Roku. Go find the app on Roku. ASYTV.com, AsaiTV.com. Hundreds of hours of all original TV shows and movies and documentary series. All positive, uplifting stuff. No smoking allowed. And it's all right there. It's $5 a month. You've got Netflix and Hulu and all these other ones you're paying probably $20, $30, $40 for every single month. And I'm only asking $5. It's my life's work. I'd appreciate it if you checked it out. And support small business. Support us. Do what we're doing. Every Saturday, we're going to do one of these podcasts. Everything on the Small Blue Dot podcast with me, Brandon Bishop. How you doing? Plus, I have a van life podcast, which I was going to do tonight, but now my throat's gone. So that'll be next week, and that's going to be on Sundays, I think. So lots of my voice to go around. I do a YouTube travel show called the Asai TV Van Life. I live in a van. I love it. It's the best part of my life so far, and it's great. Try it. You'll love it. It's like the best parts of camping without the worst parts of camping. I do that. I live in a van. I live in a minivan at that, okay? Big bed, running water, got a fridge, got jackery power everywhere. I'm doing all right, people, okay? And there's a show I do usually it's Monday and Friday. I think it's going to go down to Monday while I'm doing, being a caretaker here in Michigan for my stepdad. Hopefully he's back to 100%. Send your well wishes, whatever you want to do. It counts for whatever. Thoughts and prayers, everybody. It's whatever. It's appreciated. But yeah, we're going to get back to doing it every Monday and Friday again. It's like a 30 to 40 minute show. It's a lot of stuff, and it's all over the country and adventures and van life and all kinds of fun stuff. Go there, subscribe on YouTube to the Asai TV, ASY TV Van Life Show. And I'm looking forward to, doing this podcast every single week. This was a lot of fun. I did a lot of research, and I think I'm glad because the old Brandon Bishop podcast was just me talking for an hour. I did hours of research on all these topics. And next week's topic is going to be a fun one, believe it or not. A little bit. There'll be some negativity involved because that's what I do, because I call motherfuckers out. But not so much on the next week. Next week, we're going to talk about everyone's favorite holiday every single year, October 31st, the day after my birthday, Halloween. Halloween is the topic for next week. I got a whole lot to talk about Halloween. The history, the current status, the commercialism, the fun, the not so fun, the stupid, the not stupid, everything Halloween. Yes. Next week, next Saturday. So I hope you subscribe to this podcast and get a little notification action every time I drop a new episode. That's all you got to do is hit the buttons and it makes it happen. Okay? And thank you. I'm Brandon Bishop. Thank you for listening to everything on this Small Blue Dot. This is a fun podcast. I'm breaking a sweat and I need to go calm down. And if you smoke, you're stupid. Bye. Oh, wait. Hang on. I almost screwed everything up. I'm not just going to say goodbye to you people. No. I'm going to go out in style with a song. All right, I wrote this song because I wanted you to feel the way that I felt at the end of The Incredible Hulk back in the 80s. That sad music as he walked down the road by himself. I think I cried every single time, every single episode as it ended. And I never forgot that. And I don't want you to forget me. I want you to want me. I want you to miss me as I walk down that long, lonely road. I want you to subscribe to this podcast. I want you to go to Asai TV on Roku, on AsaiTV.com, spelled ASYTV.com. Subscribe, it's only $5 a month. That's my life work. I want you to go to the Asai TV YouTube page. Subscribe to that. Watch every episode every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. There's so much that I want from you. I want for us to share. But I'll have to settle for this song for now. And here it goes. Goodbye. Goodbye. See you next Saturday.